Heidi ho, everybody. Hopefully my sound is okay. Somebody give me a sound check, please. I know my co-host says it's fine on his end, but let's make sure it's okay down in YouTube land. Sounds good. Thank you, Anthony, and welcome. All righty then. And Lynn. Hey, Lynn, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Boilermaker. I asked you if you were a Purdue man. You can hear me. That's great. Anyway, let me bring my co-host up. Oops. I removed him. Hey, John.
Good morning, all.
How you doing today?
Oh, it's a nice snowy, flurry day here in Middle Tennessee.
You know, snow is a 4-letter word.
It's not sticking; it's melting when it hits the ground. So,
see, hey, Bernard, you're on the wrong program. You've got life reversed. I mean, you know, Tampa, St. Pete, Tampa Bay area. You know, you grew up; it's your home and everything, and then you retire, and you moved to Tennessee. And, I understand the granddaughter and everything, but that's just not right.
Well, I was tired of St. Petersburg, Pinellas County. I'd been there for 52 years, and it had changed a lot since we first moved there. So I wanted to get away from that and get out in the country where life is a little slower, and I've got a lot more property than I did have.
Now, Artie, for the record, nobody's ears can see anybody's lips move. Just thought I'd let you know that, Artie.
So, you know, down in St. Petersburg, I had like 0.35 acres. Up here, I have 10.79 acres.
Yeah, I want to get up there with my 30-06.
Yeah.
Cold December morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 deer were gotten from my property this year.
Yeah,
and
nice.
There's more out there.
Nice. Well, unless the mailman comes early, I'm not going to have a mail call. I got a number of things on order, but nothing has arrived. I've got like 300 people on order for the Union Station, and I've already put on 200. So it needs more peoples. And let's see what else I got. I need railings. You know, I don't know. You can see right back here, maybe right there. There's railings. All right. I only had enough to do this side. I need the other side. I got to do yet. Hello, Lee. How you doing, buddy? Hello. Hi. So anyway, I got the railings are coming. I got people coming. I've got I got John's Christmas present is coming.
Maybe it'll be here by next Christmas.
Yeah. It was. I went ahead and settled up with Caboose Stop Hobbies for the month yesterday and went through everything that's they're shipping. And one of the things is John's Christmas present. Well, it was supposed to be in last month's box, but they said I didn't win it. Okay, no problem. And so then when I called yesterday, we're going through what's in this box, and wasn't in the last box because it was in this box. So apparently they had 2 boxes started for me. So
it just proves that Steve buys way too much from Caboose Stop and doesn't even know what he's buying.
Yeah. Guilty. I don't know that it's too much. It's just that you don't know. You have to go back and watch the replay. and see if you were the first with that number. Okay. But even if you get that right, when you go to settle up, because you don't settle up every week. Okay. At least I don't. The first time I tried to settle up, they said, you don't have enough to ship yet. Shipping is going to kill you. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? And they said, oh, we'll hold it for you until you get a box full. And I said, oh, really? Okay. So I tried every month to settle up. And, it's a knick-knack here, knick-knack there, here, knick-knack there, knick-knack everywhere, knick-knack. And hey, plumber. And it's funny because Rick Bailey will be there, and Nisi's on there, and on the HO one. And Joe Rader, Bernard's there. You got a box yesterday, Bernard? Yay! All right. And it's kind of grown and grown and grown, and it's so much fun. But again, by the time you get the box, either A, you've forgotten, or B, it's stuff that might have been in the box, should have been in the box before, or 2 boxes before that you came to the resolution that you didn't win it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it shows up. So hey, it's always fun.
Well, I've watched a couple of them. I haven't tried to win anything yet, but I enjoy watching it. For the other viewers, do you have to pre-sign up with them with your information?
Not at all. You just get on there and you see number 154 comes up. Okay, yeah, right. You type in 154 if you're the first one, and you can't go by what is shown during the stream. Okay, because nanoseconds matter, and they go off of whatever the replay is. Okay, whatever's first in the replay, because that lines everything up. What's first to them, not what is first to me. Okay. Hey, Jared. Yes, we're talking about Caboose Stop. Jared's been there. So, and so Boilermaker Rick, where are you? Are you in Indiana somewhere, or did you go to Purdue? Inquiring minds want to know, since I lived in Danville, Illinois, around the corner. There's Joe. See, Joe's settling up with. We were just talking about you, Joe. And Joe, it's funny because Joe's always after vehicles too. So he and I are highly competitive when it comes to Caboose Stop.
And Steve, it's strange. You said you lived in Danville for a while.
Uh-huh.
Well, my family's in Danville.
Yep.
Some of it. So it's a small world.
You know why Dillinger never robbed a bank in Danville?
No.
Because you had 5 different railroads all converging there, and he was afraid he'd get stuck in town by a train. So.
Makes sense.
I mean, they're converging, and you can't get from one side to the other without crossing multiple railroad tracks.
Mm.
Whether it's east, west, north, south, or diagonal, you just can't do it. So, anyway.
Well, the old CNEI train station is still there.
Where's it at, I wonder?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember seeing it.
Well, it's blocked off, fenced off. You have to go up to the gate and sort of peer through the gate. But it's still there. And someday I'll make a scratch built.
Hey, Jerry.
I'll send you some pictures, Steve, when I get the chance.
Yeah, okay. That'll work. Yeah. That'll work. For those old farts here that grew up on Dick Van Dyke reruns. Mm-hmm. All right. For those that don't know, Dick and Jerry Van Dyke grew up in Danville, Illinois, and they mention it. Dick Van Dyke mentions it constantly in the TV show, and but see if here's a trivia question: how could Dick Van Dyke in the show tell that when his brother was a guest star, how could he tell that his brother was sleepwalking?
I don't know.
So you didn't watch it enough.
Yeah, I watched a lot, but I don't remember that. It's been years.
He had a sleepwalking problem. Okay, and he would be very reserved when awake, but when sleeping he would be outward, and he would call everybody the one thing.
And what was that, Steve?
Burford. He called everybody Burford. And if you go on through downtown Danville, I think they've closed now, but there was a furniture store called Burford Furniture Store. Go figure. The theater, the theater at the high school was Van Dyke Theater. What other famous actors were from Danville? No idea, huh?
No idea.
Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman. Actually, Jerry Van Dyke is the one that got Gene Hackman into acting. Yeah, he pestered him until he tried out for a school play. Then for people older than us that remember Francis, the talking mule, that was Donald O'Connor, was also from Danville. Bobby Troop, the trumpet player, he was also from Danville. Hey, James, welcome. Right, we got a crowd today. So, you got your box to unbox there, John?
Yes, we can't have a mail call without somebody having a box.
Yeah.
Of course, I've already opened it, but this one was through Prime, and it has, I guess, gold in here because I can't find it around here. A bottle of Plastistruck Weld. And it's amazing that I cannot find it in this area. And this little bottle that I can get at Zitnick's for $5 something was $14.
Yep. So, I looked at that too. Did you check eBay?
I did not check eBay. I was on Prime because I have Prime, so most things don't have shipping. I guess,
but they just jack the price up to cover the shipping. I mean, you always have to look at landed cost. What it costs to your door.
Yeah, I'm sure they put shipping in this because that's not $14.
How do you spell Plastruct? Plastruct.
Yep. Plastic Weld.
eBay, you can get it for $6.99. Okay, $7 plus $4.09 shipping.
That's still cheaper.
That's $11. Ooh, here's one. Here it is, $4.95 plus $4.45 shipping.
Well, that's better.
It's even better yet, isn't it?
Or next time I get an order from Zitnick's, I'll just have them put in 2 or 3 bottles.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
That was one of my 2 boxes. I'll wait for a while for the other one.
Okay, cool. Cool. Plumber, just for the record, Francis was a talking mule, not a horse. No.
Yeah, probably Mr. Ed was the horse.
As James so rightly pointed out.
A horse is a horse, of course, unless you can talk to that horse. And if that horse's name is Mr. Ed.
Yeah. I think the Mr. Ed TV show was kind of like a spinoff of the Francis the Talking Mule series. I think they were short movies.
Well, Bernard,
Go ahead.
Bernard, I don't know what meek is. MEK.
MEK. It's a chemical, thought to be a carcinogen, and California has all kinds of special warnings for it. But I'm sure one of them it does have MEK in it. I got to look. Yes, the Plastruct orange does have MEK in it. And it's got other stuff too. Well, it contains methyl ethyl ketone, MEK.
Okay.
Not take internally. Avoid eye contact.
So I shouldn't drink this, right?
Warning, this product contains a chemical known to the state of California to cause cancer.
Well, just state of California causes cancer.
Now the Bondine does not have MEK. Okay, but it'll work on styrene and ABS. Okay, well, so does the other. Huh. I don't know what the hell the difference is other than I use them both pretty much interchangeably. So how's the Great White North, James? I guess everybody's Great White North compared to me.
Yeah. It's nice watching snow fall.
Shit. I don't need to see. I watched it for most of my life. I don't need to watch it anymore. Hey, Digger!
Well, I lived in Terre Haute, Indiana until I was about 9 years old, and I cannot remember it snowing too often there. I guess we were too far from the lake snow, and yeah, I just can't remember much of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's on a line with like St. Louis. You'll get some snows, all right, but it's not like snowy. It's not. You're not snowbound all year. Whereas in the Chicagoland area, there'd be years, not every year, but years where from like Thanksgiving to into February, mid-March, where there's snow on the ground. So.
Yeah, I do remember a few times, but
what, Salt Lake, JB? Which lake, John? No, that's Bernard that lives by Ada. I forget where John. Oh well. Oh, Lake Michigan. Okay. You're in the Chicago area? No, he's in Wisconsin, right at the Illinois border. Now I remember. Chasco! He's down here in Sunshine State. Wasn't very sunny this morning, man. The skies opened up. It's sunny now. About 5:30, there was a thunder. I mean, it just rolled and went on forever. Oh, okay, JB. I'm close. Is that anywhere? Is that near Pretty Lake? Is that Plymouth by Pretty Lake? One of my good friends in high school, parents had a summer place there on Pretty Lake, and not too far from South Bend. think it was by Plymouth. I don't know. Damp, man. It was wet here. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I've had like 2 days heavy rain here, so the ground is saturated, and but it's still warm enough that the snow is not sticking at all.
Ah.
Well, Steve, I have done some work on my layout this week.
What'd you get done, John?
Well, I got some track laid, and
Oh boy.
I actually have run my
What,
first engine.
the two pieces that are sitting out for 2 weeks?
A little more. You can see I got one piece sitting out over there on the other side that's going to be put on here soon. And I've run this engine around. It runs nice and smooth on DC and going down here to the other curve, which I can't really put them in until I get my T section completed on the end. But
Okay.
I got some done.
All right. Progress.
Yeah. Well, I was tired of getting harassment from you about it.
Yeah.
All in fun, of course.
And your point?
None. No. Just, with what I've been going through the last month, it was hard for me to get any enthusiasm on doing much of anything. For those who don't know, I lost my wife December 7th, so a lot of my work on the train was to show her what I could do. Now that she's gone, I don't have anybody to really show except for you guys out there.
Me. So that's what I've been working on. That's Union Station. All the little peoples. Been painting peoples.
And I see Rick lived in Terre Haute for 10 years. Well, you know what Steve Martin, the comedian, calls Terre Haute, Indiana, the most nowhere place in America. I lived down by Sarah Scott High School, or middle school. I can't remember which it was, but southwest Terre Haute.
What's the name of the college there? It's big on engineering. All pharmaceutical companies hire people.
Indiana State.
No.
Is there another one?
I think it's there.
Well, Mystic, I'll keep.
Indiana State's right on the north side of downtown.
Correct.
Like on the river and
northwest side.
Well, I just call it north because it doesn't river.
Yeah, it's actually on the east side of 41, so I guess it would be just north. And then another little project I have is working on my roundhouse lighting. This is a string of LEDs, Christmas lights, clear, and they run on 3.3 volts. So, well, actually 3 volts, but they will be powered by my computer power supply, which has the 3.35, 12 negative. And does it have a 9 volt also? I think. So I'll be able to.
I thought it had 3, 5, and 12.
And then negative 12, I'm sure of.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's how I will power them, and each.
It's gonna be bright.
Well, I'm gonna put resistors on it, so it's
still gonna be bright with all the lights you got. I have what, 4? My whole 9 stalls.
Yeah, but I have 8 stalls.
I wanted the dark and dingy look to it. So.
Well, I'm going to make it so I have individual switches for each of the stalls, so I can turn on and off ones I want to control. A lot of wiring.
See the interior there of station. Platforms. Now the tracks are embedded in the street.
Looks pretty good, Steve.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Looks like you were doing a little work.
Just a little.
Just a little.
You know what it's like painting peoples. People.
Oh yeah. Well, I told you the story about the 100-pack 72 pack I painted. So I got.
It's just somebody walking by. I was hoping it was a mailman.
Well, I got that 72 pack completed, and I said, "Great, I'll go on to my next pack." And it was the same 72 pack. So now I got to paint those again. I get tired of painting them.
Let's see. I still have a ton of mini prints to paint. Okay, and then I have this pack. I don't know how many's in there that of workers, Eve models, but I don't like their paint job on them, so I'm going to redo them. So, and then mini prints. I got a bunch, and of course I got these 300 coming in that are hopefully painted decently.
Well, I have not ordered any that were pre-painted except for the 2-pack train crew people, and they look pretty decent.
Got some policemen that I put on the layout. Of course, I got it from Caboose Stop way back when, and I got these guys from Caboose Stop.
We can't see you, Steve.
Oh, I'm on the wrong.
There you are.
So anyway, I got these. I don't have to paint these. I just gotta put them out there. So, and then I found a way. I had a epiphany the other day, and I've got a gondola that I've flipped the load upside down, and then I put my my little camera on the gondola, all right, to do my cab rides. Well, this is magnetic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if I adhere washers up underneath here, I can stick the camera under there to get some shots going in and through, and I can do that on the other side and a bunch of different places. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Unfortunately, that's not a Wi-Fi camera, and I was talking with you earlier in the week. I need to find some 12-year-old kid that knows how to hook up Wi-Fi cameras because I can't figure it out. All right, my Manicam asked me if I want to hook up an IP camera, and I go ahead and try it and do everything they say to do, and nothing. So.
And Heath is in the house now, so.
All right, Heath. He's the guy. You need to come down and visit Heath and figure this out. So. Well, you know, sometimes we wonder.
Yeah, I was watching Heath's little operating session, us talk about him, and he made a comment about he had to push all his engines around. And I suggested that maybe he should change over to wooden trains, so then he doesn't have the issues. He can push them all around. He doesn't have to worry about them dying on his turnouts.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Heath. All in fun there, guy.
Now, you see, if you were HO, you just drop in a Keep Alive and you wouldn't have any of those problems.
Well, he could always, take out some weight and put it in some of those little tiny engage things.
Heath,
I
when
can't.
I first started watching you and you were doing this Friday show and everything, way back when, I always thought you were 30, maybe 35, and told me what your age was, and I said, look that old.
Well, Kyle said it would still happen to Heath. They'd still stall even if they were wooden ones.
Yeah. The smoke would be black, though.
Yeah.
Those cameras you use, Heath, how hard are they to hook? What do you do? Is there some? I've had Wi-Fi cameras, and I hook them up, and I can get them running on my phone, right, and watch them and neat. But I want them on the computer. Right? I have not been able to hook them up to the computer because the proprietary software they don't have it for Windows. On the 4 cameras that I've tried. So, anyway. He got his achievement electrical. Congratulations, Heath. Very nice. Very nice.
Now maybe he can wire his turnouts correctly.
Did have one blue smoke incident back in the T-Track module. All right. You when you've got it all figured out, and you can give me a list of everything I need, I will be happy to give it a shot. Oofy cameras? What's an oofy camera? Eufy? I don't even know how to say that. Okay, Lee, we'll pick that up and watch that this afternoon.
Well, so far I've just got this one camera. Of course, I don't plan on doing YouTube with it any, but I'll leave that to Steve.
Why would the trains have to trigger them? I don't know.
I think he said because he was using juicers, and it was something about the trains had to run through there once to set the juicer to switch power.
What's that got to do with cameras?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Woofy and Blink or Wise. I have security cameras. Okay. And I've got 3 in here that I use, but it has Windows software. So I can put it, bring up any one of those cameras and put it on one of my monitors. And then in Manicam, I can bring up the monitor. All right. So that's how I show like the farm scene and the overhead scene that everybody likes, that shows the whole layout. That's how I show those. Okay. But again, I'm going through other software, and it's not a direct connect to my camera management software, which is Manycam, MANYCAM. So, I've got a GoPro knockoff. I've got. Oh, you're going to ask me what the hell they are. And, well, got this little guy here, which looks like the other one I have, but it's not. It's different. It's a Wi-Fi camera. I had I bought two of these cameras, and could never figure out how to get it to work. So I sent the one I never used to, I think, either Rick or Jason. I don't know if they ever got them to work or not either.
So, Steve, if you want, I can do my second unboxing.
Have at it.
Yeah. So this one came from Zitniks, my favorite train store in the world. Ordered this. They sent it to me in a 3-day shipping. Worked out great. One thing I got was 33-inch axle wheel sets, or wheels.
I need to get 136s.
Yeah. And added them to my collection. Also, I received a pack of 25 sets of KD Coupler number 148s.
Yeah, I gotta get some of those too.
And since they know me real well, they tend to put things back for me. I used to go in there 2-3 times a week, but now, I live at...
Yeah, it's just around the corner from their house.
Yeah.
What? Less than a mile?
No, it was about 7-minute
1.1, okay.
Yeah. So they put things back for me, a nice C&EI covered gondola, this 50-foot one. And of course, it has the number of 82005, just like every other one I have. And then C&EI covered hopper.
Heath says this unboxing is going entirely too fast.
Heath, I can understand, but I don't want to bore people.
Nobody's ever bored watching Heath.
And the
they get antsy.
Third car is another C&EI gondola, and guess what the number is? 82005.
Oh,
so I have a lot of these to renumber, and that was my.
Joe Rader says, "Pay attention, Heath. Learn from John."
Yeah, Heath's are a little long, but yeah, they're enjoyable. Well, most of the time. So now I have figured out a way to easily renumber all these.
Yeah, but next year is only a week away, Digger.
So instead of trying to put little numbers on each of these and have to try to get all the existing off, and they don't have any numbers at the two ends, so it's only the sides that I need to number. I'm going to go in an Excel spreadsheet and do rectangles of white letters with black background.
Okay.
And then I can use white decal paper. And of course, all it'll print is the black background, which will leave the numbers open and white.
Right.
Because
that works well for number boards, but what do you do? How does that work for the side of a gondola?
Well, my gondola...
It looks like it's been patched, or what?
That I don't know. I haven't tried yet. I had thought about, just doing patch or maybe even do a different color, but they all wouldn't be the same patch. So I think it will show up just like it's been patched and repainted. Maybe the numbers had been fading and they went through and patched over the old numbers.
So, all right. Most decal paper that I've seen,
Hmm.
all right, the paper's blue, but the decals are clear. All right, and then you print on that clear film. So
Well,
how are
I've
you going to
got
get? Go
the
ahead.
the set of decal paper I have is a white background, white
White film.
decal,
Okay.
white film. So I'm going to be
All
printing black on top of the
right.
white,
Hi. Take care.
and that, since I'm telling the computer that those numbers are white and I can't print white,
Right. Right.
it should print the black background and leave me the white numbers.
Yeah. What you do is you just set your background for your letters to clear. Actually,
Or that, but to see it on
either way, yeah.
the computer screen, it'd be better to have them white. But of course, we don't have any printers that can print white that are readily available, and you're financially able to buy them. So
Right.
I figured that would be a way of redoing my 25 or 30 gondolas. That would take a little while. So I'll just work on it that way. I think it will work. It should work. Um, of course, I'll have to dull coat them after I print them. So
Instead of on black, can you try to match the color of the gondola?
well, the gondola is black.
Oh, it is? Okay, then
Yeah,
you're fine.
yeah. They're all black,
Yeah.
except for the one or two red ones I have. But it's. Oh, I can't remember who made these. They were. This is the only number they ever made that I can find that are pre-made. So I can't remember if they're lifelike or who originally did them. Of course, I can't see on the bottom to really tell if there's any maker's marks on them.
Take a look at the couplings. Or
They're horn.
no, so the boxes. Are they
Oh,
on the? Are they on the trucks or on the body?
there are no boxes. It's on the truck.
Probably lifelike then, or
Yeah.
model power or some.
I think Model Power got the rights to it at some time, and some of them may be Model Power, but they're the exact same gondola. There's no changes to them whatsoever.
Yeah,
So
same as AHM had. AHM had them on the trucks and lifelike, model power, even some of the old Bachmans. You know, I didn't know what mounted on the car was until I bought my first Athearn.
yeah. So on these, I'm changing all the wheels and all the couplers, and I just cut off the coupler box that's on the truck, and then mount a new one to the bottom of the gondola.
Right.
So it.
I've done that. I've placed all the trucks too.
Yeah, I got too many, and these are
So those trucks, do they push in or do they have a pin?
they're a push in. So
yeah, it's lifelike, Bachman or
yeah.
Model Power. AHM would have a little pin.
So to change these trucks, I would have
Hey, Michael.
either find a pin that would fit in there, or I'd have to fill it and drill and tap for a screw to go in it.
Right.
And that's a little bit too much work. It'd probably be the better option of doing it, but then I would have to actually replace all the trucks, and that could, I'd need
That-
50 of them.
you don't want to do that.
No.
Take the easy way. As long as they're weighted and stuff, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Now the covered 50-foot hopper does have the trucks that are on a screw, and it does have a Katie style coupler. I think it is
That's probably an
actually.
Athearn.
Yeah,
Probably an
and
Athearn.
it has the little metal cover that goes over.
Yeah, it is. That's definitely Athearn.
Yeah.
If it's got a metal cover to the coupler box, that's an Athearn.
So I've got probably 10 of the 50-foot 50-foot covered gondolas. So I have to renumber them too because they're all 82005. But luckily, I'm a member of the CNEI Historical Society, and their biannual little books they put out. They go through different things. Like one was passenger cars, showed just about every passenger car had a list of the numbers that the cars were. But they've done that for freight cars also. So I know that the 82,000 series went from 82001 through 089 or
Okay.
089. So as long as I stay in that reporting number area, I'll be good to go.
Huh?
And with the computer typing them in, it'll be much easier.
Yeah, much
So,
easier. I don't know if I already fell asleep or yeah. He has a friend that's hospice care. He left to or he could be asleep. Let's see, they're what, 15 hours ahead?
Is it 15?
I think
Well, maybe from you. I think they're only like 12 hours ahead, really.
Really?
Yeah, they're not quite to that past that 12-hour mark, I don't think. So, Boilermaker, when were you in Terre Haute? I was there from, when I was born in 1960 to 69, when family decided to move to Florida.
Let's see. All right, so Tampa, it's 12:19 a.m. p.m. Tokyo, 14 hours ahead.
Okay.
Here, it's Tokyo. Let's look at Sydney. I know where exactly is that. It's 4:19 a.m. in Sydney. So that would be 12, 13, 16 hours. 16 hours.
Okay. Yeah. That was it on my mail call, so.
So now we all know. Artie is 16 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone. Fun fact of the day. All right, Lynn. Hopefully she's making some progress, Lynn. Was posted.
And Bernard, that's a question I've always had because all I can find is the small cutoff wheels. The larger cutoff wheels I've found were like for angle grinder, not for a Dremel tool.
I don't know. I use I'll just put it away. The quick, easy ones. They're not super thin, but enough.
Yeah, I looked on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, I couldn't find them on Amazon. I know when I watch Chadwick from England, he has some that are like inch and a half in diameter.
Yeah, he's got big ones, but he's looking for super thin ones, not necessarily big radius ones. Big diameter.
Well, the super thin ones you'd have to be real careful with because you'd break them in a heartbeat.
Just run a search. Well, Dremel makes a thin cut, 1.5 inch diameter or radius. I don't know. So it's called an Easy 409 E.
See.
But that's for the Easy Lock system.
Yeah, that's their new locking system to keep things from spinning on there.
Yeah, it works great. That's what I switched out to those.
I haven't tried any of them yet.
But anyway, Dremel makes them. They're $11 per pack, I think. Thereabouts. Ooh, $18 at Grainger. Well, Grainger's way overpriced. Acme is $11. Anyway.
Heath just put something up. A link.
Okay. 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 Amazing how Google works, right? Well, I don't have much else. I didn't get any packages. Next week should be interesting. We'll have my grab bag box from Caboose and some stuff from Midwest Model Railroad, and some stuff from China, and
That would probably be more people.
yeah, people, and more people. Welcome back, JB. Ooh. Ooh. This Tuesday's tip of the day covers painting people and how I did the streets back here and bedded the trolley line. I should turn the trolley on. Ooh, I'm old. 65 this week.
Oh, happy birthday, Steve.
Well, thank you. And I must admit, it's really Union Station's done, but I took it off the layout so y'all couldn't see it until it gets in line with the rest of the tip of the days. And but it does look really cool with the trolley disappearing behind for the trolley stop, and especially in lights. I shared some pictures with John of how it's coming together. All right, Lee, we'll check it out. We will definitely check it out.
And yes, I think you all will be impressed with how it looks. With the photos I saw, it looks very good.
Yeah, as you can see, you can't really see, but it's got a full interior. I'm not a person big on interiors because I don't think people see the stuff that's in them unless they're right up real close. That's why I didn't put any interiors in the back drop buildings. And or I think I got a couple. I got a interlocking tower I have an interior in, and I got another interlocking tower behind me that's got an interior. There's interior to the roundhouse, but I haven't done anything with it. And the Revell engine house has kind of an interior to it, but nobody notices in there anything about it. So I don't do interiors. But Union Station, because it's such a big model and it's all got a lot of glass and glass skylights and everything, it deserved an interior. So
yes, it did, Steve.
So
I've got a lot of little things I'm going to add inside my roundhouse, since it's towards the edge of the layout. I think you'll be able to see in there some, especially if I have all the lights on. So I got some goodies I'm putting in there.
You got some machining equipment or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Between the bays, that'll look cool.
Mm-hmm. I've got some. Where are they at?
All right, 3Dub. We'll see you later.
These little drums. They're not 55 gallon. They would be bigger than that, but
that'd be a huge drum if that's.
And yes, but you know what? These come in my pill bottles. So it's to keep moisture out.
Oh, okay.
So I just paint them black, and I'll set them around in different spots. And
I took dowel rods, and for next to the benches in there, and you'll see it all on Tuesday at the tip of the day, but I took some dowel rods and painted them green, and then took a chrome marker to the top to make the old style trash cans with the ashtrays on top. Since I'm back in the 60s, everybody smoked back then. So I've got a bunch of benches and ashtray garbage cans around. What I'd like, I got to find, and I wish I had a 3D printer because it'd be easier to print some of this stuff. Some wooden, a bank of wooden telephone booths like you used to see. You see them in all the old movies at the train stations. And I need like 3 or 4 of those. Some mailboxes, right? Some fire hydrants, some newspaper machines, where you put the quarter in and it opens up and you grab a newspaper. All those things which were really, and then a regular telephone booth, like a Superman style telephone booth. I know I got a bunch of modern telephones, on pedestals and wall mount stuff that from mini prints. But the old style, duck into the phone booth and see how many kids you could get in a phone booth type, those type of phone booths. Uh,
Well, and I have a 3D printer. I just haven't figured out how to use it yet.
well, get after it, dang it.
I know. But online you can buy, uh, not not buy the 3D printers, but I mean the 3D printed items, but you can buy the program for
The files.
different. Right, the program files for different items. And once I get my 3D printer out and get it set up and learn how to use it, I'll be doing things like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
The problem, Artie, is everybody wants an arm and a leg for this stuff. Okay. For a bag of like 5 fire hydrants I saw was like over $10. And then you got shipping on top of that. And I'm going, man, I need to buy a 3D printer and just do it that way. But, because I watch everybody with their 3D printers. Dwight's got one, and Digger's doing it, and Jim Tedesco, and Tom Grassi, and everybody's got these 3D printers are printing away, and I'm afraid I'd be so busy printing I'd lose my momentum on the layout itself. But
well, just remember, when you set it up to print, you've got hours before
I know
it's done, so it's not like you have to sit
but
there
you got
and watch it.
if the file isn't available, then you got to do the drawing yourself and everything, and I got better things to do.
Well, it's like I was telling you, I needed a bunch of those vents for the tops of
Exactly.
tops of the passenger cars that are missing.
Mhm.
And I think you needed some too. Well, if I can figure out how to do it, I'll print you up some. Because heck, I'll be doing my own. So what's another 10?
Get after it, man. Get after it.
Yeah. It's getting that motivation back, Steve. I'm trying.
I'll motivate you.
Yeah.
I got my pledge paddle hanging up over there. I'll motivate you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just wait until I get that 14 by 40 foot train shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be up.
My other problem is I don't have a place to put the printer.
Yeah, and that's a problem because they can put off fumes.
It depends on resin or filament. But
it depends on the resin. Mine's a resin printer. So,
which is better for detail work.
Yes, it is. It's not. It's an old one. I bought it new probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And the quality has gone up since then.
Yeah.
But heck, I've got it and it's brand new, so it should last me, 200-300 prints with the screen. And that's the problem with the old ones, that the screen burns out. So we'll learn it sometime.
Yep. Yeah. Everything costs. I used to, even on eBay, I used to be able to pick up a Proto 2000 E unit for $45-50, and now you're lucky to find them under 75.
Yep, everything has gone up. Well, it's just like my 282s. The majority of those I have bought were no more than $50-60. I think I even got one for $25 once. It didn't run, but I know how to fix them, so that's no problem. But,
I know how to fix stuff too, but I end up paying a bunch to fix them.
Well, and it's not cheap, and a lot of the ones I get don't have all the detail parts. So there I go, have to buying the stanchions for the grab rails and making the grab rails. So it does add up, but it's there for me to work on.
Bernard says a TENS unit turned up to max will get your attention.
Actually, no, my TENS unit doesn't do much for me. I've got one. After a while, I feel it and that's it. Maybe it's because it's old too, just like me. Uh, already uses PLA plastic.
I don't know what that is. See,
Um,
I don't know. I just don't.
yeah, Artie, can you spell that out so we know what you're talking about?
Ding, ding, ding went the trolley. I got to repaint them all to CTA colors. Got the decals.
There's always something to do, Steve.
Oh, I know. I have to find. I'm waiting for the Real Rails train show in Palmetto at the Palmetto Convention Center.
Yeah, that's usually a good one down there.
Yeah, and hopefully I can find somebody that's got some of the City Classic kits. A bunch more.
Well, as I told you, Steve, I'll check through my box to see if I do have any of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to show you how they're packaged. Oh! Where'd they go? Where did it go? Okay. They look like this.
Yeah. Now, see, I think I have that building right there.
So, there's 4 different 5-story buildings that they make. All right, and you can put multiples of the same building together to make them wider.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For instance, I got this is 105 Palm Boulevard. I'd like to get 2 more of these so I can make it 3 times as wide. And then I've got 102. And I need 2 more of it to make it 3 wide. And I need 101. I need 3 101s so I can make a 3 wide of it. And in between, I can put up, the extra pieces, John.
Mm-hmm.
I made this one here out of the extra pieces from that one. And I could do the same with the cutaway portions for the other buildings as well.
Well, Steve, I'm pretty sure I have that one you just showed. It is partially constructed, but I'll be happy to send that to you.
Send it. I'll use it. I will use it.
Very good. Oh, I think it'll fit
in. If you're in a hobby shop and they got them for like $10, because they normally sell for about $28, and then by the time you give shipping and everything, it gets rather expensive. But if you see them cheap, buy them and I'll reimburse you, and then I'll pick them up next time I come up to Murfreesboro.
Okay. Very good. So your son's that way from me? Murfreesboro?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his wife is from Cookeville.
Oh, okay.
And that's where Kyle went to school too, so.
Yep. Tennessee Tech.
Yep. Well, he started at Middle Tennessee there in Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
3 years there, and then finished out his final year at Tennessee Tech, because Middle Tennessee doesn't have an engineering program.
Yeah.
They have an engineering, I forget what it is, but it's not
engineering,
not a BS.
Engineering technology, probably.
That's what it was. And in his beginning of his junior year, he said, "Dad, I'm going to have to transfer." I said, "I knew that when you decided to go there." And he said, "Why didn't you tell me?" I said, "That's your choice. I wanted, you had a scholarship to Purdue, and you threw that away. There, at some point in time, you got to take responsibility for your decisions, and this is it." said, by the way, that cost me a pretty penny, son,
Yeah.
for you to learn this lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay, instead of not paying tuition, I had to pay out-of-state tuition.
Yeah, I got lucky with my daughter. She got a Doorway scholarship. She got a presidential scholarship. She got several scholarships. In fact, they were sending her money back every month.
Yeah,
And
all my kids had full ride scholarships.
yeah,
Academic full ride scholarships. They were all 4.0 plus.
yeah,
School students.
sounds like my daughter. Yeah.
But like I said, Kyle, we had moved right before his senior year. We had moved to from suburban Memphis to Danville, and so all of his friends were going to Middle Tennessee. Senior year, high school up in Danville, and wanted to go back to where all of his friends were going. I told him, I said, son, you'll see those guys the first 6 months you're in college, and I guarantee you, before the end of the year, you won't even see those guys anymore. You'll have new friends. And it'll make, well, there's no use forcing them to go somewhere he doesn't want to go,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then have him fail miserably. So,
Right.
because he's not happy. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, I know that's the way it was when I was.
All right, Artie, sleep well.
I had a few friends that we were in classes together throughout college, but that was all because we were all three older compared to the other students, so we all had jobs, so we all had to have specialized classes. There was one a professor did for us that there were only 4 of us in the class. He'd come in, start us out, we'd teach ourselves. He'd come back weeks later and give us a test, and it was the only way the 4 of us could get that class because they were only offered during the daytime. And
I lost 2 of my people. Unless I
already,
put them. Huh? No. Had had a couple naked ladies that I was going to put in the window of the MT Arms hotel that goes back here.
Hmm.
And now I can't find what I did with them.
You'll have to have a red light on that building someplace.
Well, what I was going to do is put an interior in that was painted red, so that it'll look like it's red, and maybe put a red blinking light inside that room.
Okay.
Because I've got some red blinkers that I use on my water towers and so forth. What did I do with them?
I don't know. You showed them to me earlier. I mean, earlier in the week.
Yeah. Not there in this one. Huh. Huh. Mini prints. Oh, here's the little kind of jig thing I made when I used the Smooth It on the track.
Mm-hmm.
This would slip on the rails. I'd just drag it, and it would shave off the between the rails and on the outside of the rails and flangeways they needed to be. A pack of swimmers, beach people.
So you're not concerned with your rails being a trip hazard?
City of Chicago wasn't.
Well, somebody may call the ADA on you.
Not in 1965, they wouldn't. It didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, you can't call the ADA. No such thing.
Well,
It's a law. It's not an agency.
no, they just get lawyers and sue you.
That's right. That's exactly what they do. Damn, I'm just totally upset. Put them on the layout. Huh. I'll find them. Yeah. All right. Well, you got anything else, John?
No, I guess the only other thing I did was I had the Atlas turnouts that I had bought for $2 a piece, and
Uh-huh.
I went ahead and put jumper wires in,
Yep.
so I'm not relying on the blades to transfer the power to the center rails. So I think that will help.
Did you solder a wire to the frog yet?
No, I haven't done that yet. It does have a little tiny ring there.
And how'd you find that out, John?
Steve sort of complained to me about it. But yeah, I will do that. I don't know.
I had an extremely hard time getting solder to stick to that metal. And what I saw somebody else do was use a tiny, tiny screw into that hole and then solder to the screw.
Yeah, but you probably need a brass screw to do that.
Send me the link, Lee. I'll be there. Yeah, probably so, but I'm just saying. It can be done.
I've got one on the layout already, and I was running my 4-axle switcher over it.
Oh, Darren.
It ran over it fine. That the frog is so small that I don't know that I would have much trouble with it, especially since I don't have any 2-axle engines. So hopefully they'll all run over that fine. But eventually I'll have the tortoise switch machines on all of them. I did drill the hole underneath the one that I've already installed. So
yeah, get the wire on it. Drop the wire. Don't necessarily have to hook it up, but at least it's on there so that when you install a tortoise switch machine at some point, then it's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the other
from the 2, 3, and 4 terminals, 8, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double pull, double throw switches.
Right.
So I can't remember which. I think it's 2 and 3 are the rails, and 4 is the frog. I think you can look at the diagram that comes with the tortoise.
Yeah, correct. And then you just got to make sure you have your wires.
All right, Lee. We'll see you later.
Hooked up correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got probably 25, maybe 30 switch machines to get
see
ready.
You later, Kyle.
But hopefully I got plenty of time to do it, so.
So your whining's on
yeah.
70. Smales, but same thing. All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. And anybody got anything going on? Don't forget, 4:30 Central is Anthony Dodge. I think Edward Katie at Happy Valley Hobbies changed his time. I thought I saw him on Sundays or some other time now, so I'll have to. First, you got Cousin Vinny. Stuff 6951 tonight at 8 Eastern. So, I think he's doing live stream. I haven't seen anything to the contrary yet. Got the Saturday night, Artie's Saturday night crew. And they're always fun. And Cab Crew Wednesdays are fun. Half the time I wake up early enough in the evening, those guys are still on chatting away. So it went like 9 hours last week. And
Cousin Vinny's on tonight.
Yep, said that already.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Yeah, BNSF 6951.
Yep.
All right, guys. John, thanks for joining me. Guys, thanks for watching. Tuesday, tip of the day, will be on people and in the streets back here. And then the following week will be the unveiling for Union Station.
Very good.
All right, guys. Later.
Have a good day.